Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. See, are we live? Should be live. Let me share the link real quick with the team. Okay. All right. What's going on, traders? Johnny back with another live day trading session. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. Today is February 26th, 2026, and it's 7:21 my time. QQQ is at 6:16 in the pre-market hours after a nice rally yesterday from lows of 607 to 619. Now it's selling off slightly, but holding pretty good above its 200-day moving average. So we'll see if we'll get some selling pressure today, or does this begin to push up higher? Also, crypto is now beginning to curl over from highs of 69,900, just shy of 70,000. Now below the moving average, beginning to curl over. We'll see if that continues. Go ahead and get rid of that and check on this. Looks like it is working good. Okay, we got our live chat here. Perfect. All right. So MSTR is setting up to curl over as well. Again, it doesn't have to, but it pushed up to 137 from lows of 125 pre-market yesterday. Now we're starting to see it slowly fade away, kind of mimicking basically Bitcoin. If this begins to sell off, it offers a pretty decent downside back to those lows, which is why we now have 100 shares of MSTZ. Now I held 50 shares from yesterday. I bought pre-market at $12 even, and then today I bought some at $12 in the after hours, and then this morning I bought another 50 shares at $12.22. So just a few minutes ago at this peak. I like that it's holding very well. So we might have a nice average of 100 shares at, I believe, 12.11 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 12.11 is our average. So not too bad here for that. Okay, days P now. Do I not have the days? Open P&L. Oh, days P&L. I guess I could always put that up there. Days P&L percent. Should go right behind days P&L. Done. There we go. I don't know if that even matters, to be honest. Days P&L. Days P&L percent. It's very odd. Anyways, so yeah, market opens in exactly 5 minutes, and again, Bitcoin tends to sell off over night hours and begins to rally during intraday. So we'll see if it does it, if it's any different that it does it like that. And do me a favor and smash that like button for me. And if you didn't notice, I am on the laptop today. We are doing some traveling. I know it's midweek, it's a Thursday, but we wanted to get a jump start on the weekend. Taking the family on a little weekend getaway trip. That's what we're going to be doing. That's what we are doing. Today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, so it's going to be a nice long weekend for everyone. Get away, unwind, go have some fun. Doesn't always have to be about school and work. PDIE said 140 MSTZ at 12.57, was buying 10 to 15 all day yesterday as it was falling. Not unhappy with the average, just picked up 25 at 12.25 about 30 minutes ago. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'd love to see Bitcoin fall. Could happen today, could happen a little later, right? So I want to make sure that we do our part by identifying the potential. If it runs up, we'll buy more at a peak. If it begins to sell off, then we can buy more as it rallies. But right now, really liking that Bitcoin is slowly fading away to the downside. That is very nice to see. So I'm showing you the 5-minute descending pattern. We're going to go here to the 1 minute, kind of watch that. And MSTZ will also go to the 1 minute too. I am going to set a limit order by another 50 at $12. If it does actually push down to 50 or to 12, I want to buy another. You know what? We're just going to be patient. We're going to be patient here. Bitcoin could begin to rally, like right at open. I want to see if it does that. Means that would push MSTR up, and we can get even a better average just being patient. QQQ is beginning to sell off though. I do like to see that. Testing this moving average, so let's get our alerts set better. If it breaks above 617.30s or breaks below 615. It's gonna have to break below like 615. Even makes sense. Finding some support around 615.50. I hope you guys like the setup here. I was messing with it last night too before we left to make sure that it was actually working, right? I had to log into WEBULL, I had to log into YouTube, I had to connect my YouTube to the OBS software. It was a little bit of a mess. The Discord, I wasn't connected to the Discord for some reason because I haven't been on my laptop in so long. So I want to add 100 shares so bad. I know this thing is going to sell off, but it also could rip up, so we're just going to be patient with it. Got 30 seconds until the bell opens. Watching MSTR. And here we go. When in doubt, cash it out. Remember to keep your position light enough to where you can understand risk management, and you can understand not to be too emotional. If you're feeling emotional, reduce your position size. All right, market is open, guys. Market is open. All right, MSTR pushing up. Bitcoin selling off. QQQ breaking that 1650 support. Let's see if it's overreaction or if this continues to sell off. Bitcoin also selling off. We are going to buy another 100 shares right here. We bought 100 shares at 12.24 and added to our 100 shares already, so we have 200 shares. See what happens. Bitcoin with the big sell-off here. Love to see it. See MSTR begin to push up now that I actually have some skin in the game. And QQQ down to 614, still selling off. There's a nice little recovery here. Let's see what happens. Well, I'm gonna have to turn down my volume a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. Turn the volume down here for you. So now a new low needs to be around 614. We'd love to see a low of 614. Looks like it's retesting that moving average. The orange line is the VWAP. That is something I have added. And then I added a super trend. I've used it in the past, but we do have that again. Available. Bitcoin pushing back up. Let's see if it holds. MSTR up to 135. Should have been a little bit more patient on my second entry. I can get another 60 shares or so. Good morning, good morning. Bitcoin selling off, MSTR curling over. We're going to get a bump at 99.30. 9.30 in my opinion, and then sell off, but I thought that yesterday. Got 50 more at 12.11. Nice, so you're up 190 shares you have. And I believe I have 200 now. Here we go, MSTR selling off back below the moving average. Love to see it. I would love to see this push up to, $13, potentially even $14. Could push up to $16 if we really got a major sell-off here. So just kind of what we're waiting for. QQQ alert is going off. Let me know if that's still a little too loud for you guys, okay? Okay, QQQ down to 613.85. Put this down to 613. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry that it's still going off. QQ down 0.45%. Bitcoin holding. And MSTR is holding. It's not following QQQ down to the downside. It's just holding pretty strong right there. Bitcoin needs to sell off a little bit more. Definitely have some gap down potential. MSTR is not following QQQ. It's kind of doing its own thing right now. Even though NASDAQ market is selling off down to 613, MSTR is doing a good job holding. So we'll see. Let's let it pump. Bitcoin's pumping. That's why it pays to be patient. It pays to be patient here. Let's see if it gets rejected off of this moving average. Let's set an alert above 68.2, an alert below 67.6. There we go. The 30-minute chart looks like it's holding above the 45 EMA. MSTR beginning to curl over. Could have bought a little bit more down here. Still can technically, but we're going to be patient. Want to see this begin to make higher highs. We're not going to try to be aggressive today and keep buying the sell-off and keep buying the dip all the way down, as there was no clear sign of direction yesterday. We're going to do better by making sure we identify. Wow. The market is really selling off. It's down to 613 now. 612.80. 612. Holy moly. We're going to put this down to 612 now. That is insane how low it's going. $613.23, continuing to sell off. Very nice to see this sell off here. Love it. Now we just need MSTR to sell off. We need Bitcoin to sell off more. MSTR is trying to hold for no apparent reason. We need to see MSTR break this support here. What are you guys saying? Okay, and remember, if you are tuning in for the first time, you want to participate in the live chat, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. And a reminder, it is free to subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear where you're tuning in from. So if you want to introduce yourself by saying hi, I would encourage it. You know what's selling off? NVIDIA. NVIDIA is selling off. It pushed up to highs of 210, I believe, to 203 yesterday during its earnings report. We got to see that a little bit on my last video I just made. Then gave it all back. And now it's down to 190. Big sell-off for NVIDIA. Microsoft is holding above 400 for now. Love to see it. Bitcoin selling off. MSTR now selling off. That's great. See some more selling pressure. QQQ back up. Back up to 614. I have my alert set for 614.50, so I don't understand why my alert would go off. That's weird. QQQ possibly recovering. Bitcoin still selling off. So now MSTR isn't selling off with Bitcoin or with QQQ, but it just holds, and when it begins to recover slightly, then MSTR just holds. Love to see a break in pattern here. Break in structure. Are we going to get it today? Okay, MSTR pushing. So I don't understand. It's not selling off with Bitcoin. It's only pushing up. And MSTR didn't even sell off with QQQ as it continues to sell off. Every time it moves up just a little bit, MSTR pushes up with it. MSTR needs to drop. It just needs to drop. There's nothing about it. Nothing else to it. It just needs to drop. Bitcoin slowly selling off. MSTR retesting that moving average. And remember, it's still very early in the day. It's only been about 15 minutes since the market opened. So, this trade plan could happen in the next hour, could happen in the next few hours. We could be holding this until tomorrow. Or it can completely go against our trade plan and begin to push higher. So we have to do our job by managing risk, making sure we do what's right for ourselves. That's what's wild. MSTR is pushing up even though Bitcoin is being held down so much. QQQ isn't doing anything amazing either. But MSTR is kind of just doing its own thing today. Sorry, texting my wife, letting her know where I am. She's kind of moving around, waking up at this point. It's nice everyone got to sleep in a little bit. We're used to getting up at 5:30 every single day. So it's nice to be able to give my girls some time to sleep in. They love sleeping in when they can. This is interesting. Bitcoin selling off. QQQ still beginning to sell off. And MSTR trying to break structure. There we go. There's the break below we are looking for. See how low it can go. And here we go. Beautiful push up from down 40 to up 20. Bitcoin. If this can begin to sell off even more. Lowering my alerts. Okay, Bitcoin selling off. Already hitting my alerts. Beautiful. Probably only going to go live with you for about 30 minutes today. So I'll be on here till about 8. You know, usually we go live for about an hour, but I want to make sure that, you know, I spend time with the family on this time off. And probably go live with you guys for another 20 minutes. So we'll see what happens a little bit around 8 o'clock. Now I'll potentially close or reduce my position around 1250 on MSTZ. Unless we see progress that Bitcoin sells off more, then we will hold a little longer. And with 30-minute, there is a nice little gap down potential. So Bitcoin could gap down to 66,000. And I want to showcase, you know, my opinion on why I think I'm shorting Bitcoin, because it pushes up its resistance, and due to the 3 stages of reversal, on the opposite side, right, you have your rejection, your consolidation, your confirmation. We're getting the exact opposite. So we need confirmation that this is beginning to sell off more, and it's looking really good right now. It is continuing to make lower lows at the moment. MSTR is not selling off as much as Bitcoin is. QQQ also selling off. It's a nice setup. Hopefully we see this begin to sell off more. Bitcoin selling off still. Love to see it. MSTR is holding though. Unfortunately, it is holding. We gotta see this below 67. If it can drop below 67, then we're gonna be looking really nice. So I'm gonna sit here at 67. See if it breaks around that level. The 1 hour time frame. Yep. We need to get below 67. I would hate to see this begin to rally. That's what I would hate to see. MSTR holding. Bitcoin needs another leg down. Bitcoin does another leg down, then we will be able to buy some more, or not buy more, but be able to make more on our trade. I'm going to drop my alert down to 612 as it just struck 612.50 at 612.37. So QQQ is slowly selling off this morning, which is great. We'll hold crypto as long as we need to, or shorting crypto, right? I want to see Bitcoin sell off a little bit more. MSTR down to 133.50, testing 133.50. Bitcoin beginning to rally. It's probably going to come back up and retest moving average. I'm going to bring this alert down. And we'll bring this alert back down too. Got 2 alerts. If it pushes above the 45 EMA, and if it pushes up above this high here. We've also got our alerts to the downside. $67,100. I'll just leave it at 67. Love to see it break 67 on the Bitcoin. Here we go, another leg down for Bitcoin potentially. Oh, there we go. MSTR selling off. Bring this down to 132. And I'll bring this to 136. All right, there we go, pushing up. We're up $44, almost 2% on this trade. See Caperton, here we go. He also said Hood is finally pushing up. Go ahead and take a look at Hood. Yeah, I like to see that from lows of 69, pushing up to 78.50. Remember, this is a previous resistance though. It needs to break through this little battleground here. 78 and hold. I want you guys to be aware of that, okay? Between 78 and 80, there's a lot of resistance. This could be your time to lock in some profits unless you're long term. Looks like it's already getting rejected off of that level. QQQ down to 612.36. Love to see it. See it continue to drop. Bitcoin not dropping as much at the moment, but still making a leg down. MSTR down to 132.98, 133. Okay, here we go. Looks like Bitcoin could potentially recover here. QQQ down to 612. Why it pays to have these alerts set. Ooh, 611.90. And put this down to 611.50. 612. So QQQ market or NASDAQ market is selling off still. And I love to see it. I love being a part of that. MSTR is not selling off as aggressively with QQQ at all. At all. It's only down about 1.7%. QQQ is down almost 1%. Bitcoin trying to push up from 67,290. 67,290, so we'll need to break that before we break 67. We'll see if we break 67,293 for the break below 67. And again, it's still very early in the day. It's only been 25 minutes since the market opened. Remember, Bitcoin can recover very easily. It can recover just as fast as it sold off. That's not what we want. So we're trying to be patient here. Got about 5 minutes until 8 o'clock. And this is normal to see. This is normal for Bitcoin to sell off, push up a little bit, potentially retest this 45 EMA. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. Right? It's below the 45 EMA, but it seems to be catching some support on the 1 hour compared to the 30-minute. That's why we want to see a break of 67,000. If it breaks that, then we have potential for more selling pressure to the downside, right? Here we go, back in the red. QQQ. Sold off to 611, pushing up to 613. And we saw this yesterday just in a reverse pattern, right? It would push up, sell off, push up, sell off, push up, sell off for the majority of the day. And in 2 minutes, the market for MSTR is already recovering. That's all it takes sometimes. Bitcoin, it's going to be testing this 45 EMA. Let's see. There's plenty of room to run up. I have one at 67.7. I have one at 68. Probably retest 68. MSTR not pushing up as high. So here we go, Bitcoin testing. Let's see what you guys are saying. Check out sound. All signs look good for a nice earnings call this afternoon, up 3.5%. Bitcoin just hit 67.75. I'll check out sound in just a minute, guys. I want to look at Bitcoin, make sure that we're understanding what it's going to do next. Let's see, do you guys prefer this on this side? Or would you prefer it on this side? I wouldn't mind it on this side, right? That looks pretty good over here, huh? Good morning. Good morning, Andrew. How you doing? We are in a MSTZ short, or MSTZ long. We're shorting Bitcoin. Looks like Bitcoin's getting rejected nicely off of this 45 EMA on the 1 minute time frame. Let's see if that continues. We had C. Caperton asking about sound. Must have took sound off of the menu. Let's see, sound. Oh yeah, and we called this, guys. We called this out from $7 to $8 to $9. Beautiful move in just a few days. This is beautiful. In just a few days, and we saw that it had previous support, previous resistance, came back down to support, going back up to resistance. So be careful, know when to lock in profits, as this could get rejected around $9 and begin to sell off again. Or if it could break through $9 resistance, then it could begin to push up higher, right? This is just the beginning of support. If it does break 9, then we could potentially see 12, and then we'll have to retest 12 on the moving average for it to spike up to, 20s even. But yeah, very beautiful textbook. This is textbook support and resistance levels. Beautiful. I love to see it. Buying at 7, selling at 9. You buy 100 shares at 7, that's $700. You sell 100 shares at 9, that's $900. You make a $200 profit in like a week. So very cool. QQQ right around 612. Let's see if we get another break below 612, or if it begins to find support. And here we go, breaking 612. Oh nope, holding. So holding right around 612. Bitcoin again, kind of holding, kind of hovering around 67.7. MSTR back up to 135, which MSTZ is down to 12. It is 8 o'clock now, so I'll stay with you guys for just a few more minutes just to see if anything happens after this 8 o'clock. We are now 30 minutes into the market open. Oh, QQQ selling off down to 611, 611.55. Beautiful. We're going to bring this down to 611 for the break below. We'll see if it gives us another 50 cents, but QQQ is actively selling off today, down to 611.48. MSTR still basically testing that same resistance range. We'll put it in around this level just to do it. Now this is at all no mean of it having to stay below this level. It could break above a 135.50 resistance and push higher, but right now that is showing the resistance for the day. QQQ down to 611, 610.80, 610.70, 610.60. The market is selling off today, guys. 610.60, 610.50. Wow, big sell off for QQQ. MSTR is not selling off with QQQ, nor is it selling off with Bitcoin. And this can be frustrating. It's literally trying to push up as the markets are selling off. That just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. From 11.95 to 12.44, that was a pretty big swing. About 50 cents, not bad. There we go. Bitcoin also beginning to sell off. I can't believe how much QQQ sold off, and MSTR didn't even budge, guys. It didn't even budge. All right. And as a reminder, I will be live tomorrow as well. We'll be in another different location. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. We'll be live at the same time for our Friday live day trading session. I'm going to hold on to my MSTZ position a little longer, as long as we continue to see Bitcoin make lower lows and lower highs, and as long as we see QQQ continuing to sell off like this very nicely, then I have no problem holding my MSTZ long position. We just need MSTR to follow, right? It's not really following Bitcoin yet. It's not really following QQQ just yet. Just kind of holding and hovering. So we're going to do our job by just managing our risk, waiting, and we're not adding any more to our position just yet. If it breaks like 136, we'll probably have to cut our losses, and we could always get back in, and we're waiting for a break below basically 133 again. I'd love to see a break below that. Well, 132.80. And then of course I'll give you guys an update wherever I am, whether it's in the new location, if it's in the next maybe hour or two isn't very long, so probably have to give you guys an update later on for a video. But I will keep you guys as up to date and as posted as possible in our Discord. If you guys have any other questions or any other companies or stocks you would like me to take a look at before we end the live stream, love to be of help to you guys. Maybe get a second opinion on anything before I end the live stream here. Let me know. I could be of help. Let's see. How long have we been live for? 44 minutes. So you guys almost got your full hour out of me. That's why I wanted to go live just a couple of minutes early. A few minutes before the market opened. Bitcoin still getting rejected off of this 45 EMA. I like to see it again making lower lows, right? It pushed up to 67.76. Now it's only pushing up to 67.69. We'll see if this continues to just slowly fade away like it has been doing for so long. I'd love to see a break below 67,000. So that's why I have my alerts set right around, well, we'll put it to 67,000. Break below that, and then a break below like 66.5. Because then that would mean it broke the 45 EMA, and it'll break the 200 MMA, and we'll get some more selling pressure to the downside. Or this could begin to find support and rally back up to 70. That's not what we want to see here. Okay, we want to continue to see this slowly sell off. And MSTR, again, it's just kind of doing its own thing for right now. It's not selling off like QQQ is. It's not making lower lows like Bitcoin is, right? Just kind of holding above the moving average right now. And that's never a good sign. I don't like to see that. That could be very frustrating for any new beginners. I've already experienced it a few times with MSTR doing that. And we just have to be either patient, or we just have to reduce our position size, or not even take a position at all until direction is more clear. I want you guys to be aware of that. Bitcoin is continuing to make lower lows. All right, well, if you guys don't have anything else to say, then I am going to end the live stream here. I think we've been live for about 50 minutes or so now, just shy of 50 minutes. So yeah, I appreciate your guys' time. Like always, remember, let's end the year on the green note by managing our risk, keeping our position size small, keeping our emotions in check, and yeah, do me a favor, smash this like button, and we will see you later on for a recap video. I'll keep you up to date in the Discord. If you guys want to stay up to date, click the first link in the description, join the Discord, and we're going to continue to hold our MSTZ position for right now. So thank you guys, and you guys have a great rest of your day.